Hi Gemini, welcome to your 17th to the 24th of November 2024. So if you want to book in the Celtic, it's a brand new read. I've got the template, brand new card. So this is the new read. It's an amazing reading. Check it out below. 2025 is the most desired purchase read at this time because it looks like your year ahead. It's on deal. There is gift cards for your friends and family for Christmas if you want to book them a read as a surprise. And there's lots of other stuff on the website: love reads, career reads. If you want to join the community, we're building it, and then we're going to get to work on putting amazing content on the community. Everything is in the comments or the description below if you want to book a personal. So this week is going to be very, very interesting. I feel like you're cutting the shit. I feel like you're done. I think Geminis have been very, very a bit bitter, a bit salty, and rightly so. I think the betrayals that we've been through, I think the people we've been there for, I think what we've give to people, or honesty or loyalty, and it hasn't been returned, but you're getting out of it. Rejection is God's protection. And I feel like this week that's what you're doing. It's time to tune out the noise. Fuck who's listening to you. Fuck who's watching you. This is your journey. I feel like Gemini needs to pull in. Okay? We've been to helping other people, building them up. We've been giving our value and our love to the wrong people. Some of you are looking at your life going, how the fuck did I end up here? Maybe your choices. Okay? So yeah, some of you this week, that's really what it's about. You are royalty. And I'm not joking, I just did cards and you came out as the chariot and you were dressed in purple. Now, if other people in your world don't see you as royalty, don't worry about it. They don't have to sit in your kingdom. Oh, you don't think I'm royal? Okay, no problem. You don't have to sit in this kingdom. So I do get that you are royalty and you've been allowing people to take, and no. Okay? So I think it's time to do a clean out. And I do think it's time to, what was. Who rejected you, who left you, who backstabbed you, who didn't support you. It is what it is. Your eyes are wide open, Gemini. Don't pretend you don't see it. I know it's painful, but you can see who cunts are. And they know you can see who they are. They know you know. Okay? But just start with these people. They're so toxic, right? They're so low frequency. It's time to get around the inspired, not the tired. It's time to start doing the work, okay? And I do think, okay, let's own it. I think Geminis have been out here preaching the choir about everybody else and not looking at their own shit, okay? So some of you have been going on that you want this deep connection, this deep bond, you want these dreams, but you're not putting the work into your dreams. And you're not willing to be vulnerable or intimate or give up your freedom or do what it takes to be in connection to another human being. Okay? Some of you are a walking mess, that's what I just heard. And it's time to clean up our act. It's time to be honest. So a big message, we've got the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is all about discipline. The Hierophant is also religion. And divine is coming through really strong for you this week. So some of you might be converting to a certain religion, or you're just becoming really connected to a higher self. Like, there's something divine about this week where I feel like a big message is let this week happen. Some of you, it's going to be a painful week. You're just going to be like, the divine's protecting me. Well, I'd hate to see what it looks like when the devil is attacking me. The divine is protecting you. It's revealing people. It's moving pieces that feel like you lost, but in time you'll see you won. Okay? So I feel like this message, and a big message is some of you, a relationship is over, a connection is over. But some of you, this connection has been over for a long time. Like, this connection has been over for a long time. You're just still connected to this person. You're still wondering when they're going to contact you, when they're going to reach out. The message here is let this person go. Some of you, this person is married or they're committed to somebody else. Okay? So I feel like you're dealing with a person who you need to let go of for your own sanity. And it's really painful because you felt like such a deep, deep connection with this person. But I feel like this person is married. They might be of another religion. So maybe that's a factor of cultural differences, religious differences. But you've got to let this go. Okay? If things feel like they're too much friction, if they feel like they're fighting you, let go and let God. That's the message, okay? So, I also got the Page of Swords, so another message of being a sovereign, being a queen, being a king is owning it. When a woman is a king or a queen and a leader, they have enemies. They have people who are trying to take them down. They have people who don't like them, okay, who sabotage them behind the scenes. That's part of being a king or a queen. They have to fight wars, okay? They have to take responsibility. They have to show up when they're not in the mood to show up. They have to do the fucking work. So you need to be king or queen of your kingdom this week. You need to be sovereign, okay? And that's going to come with all the drama, all the peasants, all the enemies, all the problems. So that's another message I'm getting for you, is you want the good stuff without any of the problems. You want the fame without any of the haters. Gemini, grow up. We need to grow up. Where we are is a lot of injustice. It's hard cycles. The devil has attacked us relentlessly. It's not all us, but we don't exactly help ourselves. So for the Geminis who are sitting there, because I think there has been, and I know this for me, that Geminis have kind of been falling into victim mentality. And that's not really us. Like, Geminis own it. Like, Geminis are the type of people who, when we're not leveling up, when we are fucking ourselves, when we kind of own it. I feel like 2024 Geminis have kind of blamed outside of themselves a lot, okay? So, but a big message is for the successful Geminis watching this, it's time to cut the shit. You know, when Beyonce does the "I'm a single lady, I don't need a man," and she's been married to Jay-Z and he's helped her through her career and built half the success she's got. Yeah, so a big message is stop listening to liars, because we all know Bay's a liar. I don't care about the girl, but I'm just saying, right? I feel like some of you are kind of like that Beyonce song, the fact that she sung that song and like people play along to that song. She has been married for most of the time or in a relationship since a young woman. And you are doing the same thing. You're telling yourself these mantras, you're telling yourself these lies, and it's just messing you up. It's a lie, right? So I'm talking to the ladies who are really fire. You are queen of your kingdom. You have got money. You have got respect, influence, reputation. But you'd also cry yourself to sleep at night, right? You know, when you close the door and your mates aren't there and your influencers aren't there, you cry yourself to sleep, you feel really lonely. I'm not judging you. I'm not mocking you. I'm saying own it. It's okay to be a fierce, powerful person and then also be a person who wants to be connected to people on a deep level and vulnerable with people and married and in love. Okay? So I feel like that's a message to Geminis who are like really winning, you know, and it's great that you're winning and keep winning. But now's the time to be more vulnerable. Now's the time to be more honest and say, do you know what? I want people who see me more than me image, than me body, than the numbers on a fucking screen. I want love, I want vulnerability, I want to build a life with someone. So I think that's a message for the winner Geminis, which is great. You're winning financially, you're winning in your career, you're winning on the world stage, but you're not winning in your heart. Okay? So, for the Geminis who are drowning, hi sister! How's your 2024 been? Okay, so I think for some Geminis, include myself, 2024 has been a bit like being dragged through a fucking hedge. But it's time to start thinking about what you want, dropping people, dropping old versions of yourself, doing the work, like sit down, write it out. And I think some of you aren't being kind to yourself. That's another message I'm getting for Geminis. Like, you've been through things that would kill most people. And you are still more fire than cunts who are in a normal life, like a good life. So, yeah, I feel like Gemini, like, I think some of you are being too lenient on yourself and some of you are being too harsh on yourself for what's actually happened this year and what people have done to you and what you've had to experience pretty much alone. So I think, yeah, some of you need to be kinder to yourself. Some of you need to be more honest with yourself. So what else are we seeing for Geminis that they most need to know the week of the 17th to the 24th? Hostilities. This can be the dark side of yourself. We've all got it. Geminis have that dark side that sabotages us, that hater. So some of you, it's outward haters. It's people around you who are just losers, haters, trolls. But some of you, I think it's you. This can be where you're feeding into drama, you're feeding into shit that's just dark, you're feeding into stuff that's sabotaging you. It's not good for you. Okay, this is about conceding defeat. So I do think there's people who've done things to you and you kind of want revenge, but do you? Do you? If you want revenge against the people who turned their back, put the knives when you were on your face, the people who secretly want you to lose win. Become your best version. Live from your heart. Keep speaking the truth. That's how to hurt your enemies. Not thinking of every way to get them back and wasting energy and wasting time and petty mind games. It's time to grow up. You know, and some of you have got some issues. And it comes from betrayals. It comes from what people have done to you. But if you're going to love, you've got to give up on the bitterness. You've got to give up on the resentment. You've got to just let it go. What else for this week for Gemini, please? Four of Cups, the divine. We talked about this, didn't we? A divine opportunity. Some of you are kind of resentful towards the divine. You're resentful towards God. Because you don't understand. You're like, no. Why do I always get rejected? Why do I always get betrayed? Why am I sitting here and they're sitting there? Because there's a plan. Okay? So, yeah, some of you, and I think you've been through a really difficult time, but they're saying it's time to help yourself and it's time to trust us. Because in time, you are going to see why God rejected you from certain people, why certain people didn't help you, why you had to go through certain lessons. But they're also saying there's good things coming. Okay? It's time to get out the disappointment of the past, what's been lost, what's been done. It's time to move forward into the present and what you want to build in 2025. Okay, tell me more for Geminis this week, please. The Chariot reversed. So some of you are going to sit in your emotions. You're going to sit in your disappointment. You're going to keep sitting in your head, brooding, being bitter, being resentful, and you're going to be blocked and not moving forward. But some of you, it's game on. Okay, I feel like the biggest problem with you is that you need to heal your childhood. You need to heal your past. You've been living out through poverty consciousness. You're around people who could never bring you the life, the happiness and the stability you want anyway. You're looking for love in people who aren't lovable or can't love. You're looking for money and value from people of a poverty consciousness. You're in the wrong places, you're in the wrong rooms, you're with the wrong people. Some of you are the opposite of what I said. You're in big, powerful rooms of money and you just feel dead inside. Right? So some of you, you've got the bag, you've got the house, you've got the car, you've got the contacts, and you know what? Just ain't doing it for you. Okay? So, no one's saying blow up your life, but start finding people of soul. Start finding people of compassion and empathy. People who are genuine and connected, right? For the ones who've got no money, it's because you go into poverty, people asking for money, asking for support. You're asking people to support you in your dreams when they don't even build theirs. You're asking for respect from people who don't respect themselves, and you're asking for love from people who can't love. Gemini, it's insanity. It's insanity. And you know this. You know this. I think sometimes Gemini plays in the small rooms because it's fearful that it's not good enough for the big. Ouch. You know, so I think you stay around the bottom because you feel a bit better there. You know, if you are the level you think you are, then it's time to put yourself in those rooms and be fully confident that you deserve to be there. Okay, so I think some of you is like, I'm going to say it, and this sounds harsh because I'm a Gemini and I like to protect my Geminis, but I think it's true. A lot of salt and bitterness and some closet haters have really been coming from the sign of Gemini. That's shocking. Like, some of you I know from people close to me who are Geminis, I'm like, bitch, you don't want to see me win. And you never did. You know? So, it's obvious when you go through your hardest trials, you'll get to see who people are, mate. And they will reveal themselves so very quickly. Okay? But Geminis, listen, if you'd have to do this battle alone, King, Queen, then alone we go. But we're not going with fakes. We're not selling out on our truth. Okay? we're not bending over the table for nothing, and come at me with everything you've got. But some of you battle hardened, because they did. They took everything from you. They did everything to you. They tried to kill you. They gave it all. But you're more stronger and more powerful than you ever was. Whereas these enemies, they're still in the same place doing the same shit. They haven't moved, they haven't changed. And they never will. Okay? But the message for you is it's time to really be honest about the enemy in you. That's a big message I want to talk about, which is, this is you. I know, I can sense it, I can feel it. I can always sense when the enemy is outside of us sabotaging us, and I can always sense when it's in us. And the Five of Swords is, this is in you. You are your own worst enemy. You are damaging your health, yourself, your happiness. You are allowing the matrix and these dirty mutts to take your dreams. You're allowing fear and what your enemies are going to do next. You want to do something, do it. And stop talking, Gemini. You don't tell your enemy, nothing. Okay? Stop talking. And if you should have to take care of people, all in. So there's a quote that says, in love and in war, it's to the death. Gemini needs to cut the shit with the pettiness. You need to stop making excuses. You need to tell the dark side and the liar that's trying to keep you down and yourself to shut the fuck up. It's been dominating for far too long. Shut up. Shh. Okay? But some of you, your dark side is trying to protect you. And I've got tarot coaching on my website if you want to check it out. The tarot coaching goes into deep areas. But if you need to heal, if you're damaged, if you've got issues, it's time to heal so you can get back out there and start to enjoy life and become inspired and build and love and create. If the problem is outside of you and you don't trust the people around you, it's time to get rid of them out of your life. But I think Gemini is a self-sabotaging. You're sitting around people who you're just never going to win with those people. And you know it. You're in an environment, it's time to leave, it's time to pack a bag, it's time to leave. It's time to choose yourself. It's time to, if you don't trust people, don't fuck with them. Okay? So I'm going to end on a good note, which is, Geminis are ready for connection. You are. You're ready to build a life with someone. And I do think Geminis preach love and they preach this, that and the other. But you're actually scared of love. You're scared of intimacy. You're scared of being vulnerable. So if you're going to build this intimacy with another person, it's time to elevate. It's time to move into your goddess. It's time to move into self-love, self-care. Because the Emperor and the Empress came out. Same as money. Okay. So what else are we seeing for Geminis this week, please? What does Gemini most need to know this week? Building the future. I'm also getting that some of you are going to marry a foreigner. So some of you have not been getting success in love, but it's because you're going to marry a foreigner. Knight of Cups. The Three of Wands is the love you're looking for, or the happiness or the fulfillment that you're looking for is in another land. It's in another place. Some of you, that's what I'm saying. You're sabotaging yourself by staying in a country, staying in a job, staying in a place it's not going to bring peace, fulfillment and happiness. You've got to be honest about what you need to be happy and stop making excuses as to why you can't get it. Okay? But some of you, you're definitely going to marry a foreigner. Some of you, 2025, you're going to relocate. There's so much good coming for you, Gemini. For the Geminis who've been backstabbed, betrayed, and this Five of Swords is an outside enemy, I promise you they fuck with God. When they did you, they fucked with God. And karma will be sweet. Remember, karma is a long rope. Stop worrying about your enemies, Gemini. Stop worrying about the people who've talked shit on their tongue about you, backstabbed you. God sees all. You had the devil come out reversed as well, which is some of you have been heavily attacked, spiritually attacked. You've had a lot of attacks in a lot of ways. It's over. It doesn't mean you shouldn't protect yourself, but it means you're no longer going to dim your light. You're no longer going to hide because the dark's attacking you. You can sit and watch. Okay? But, don't get cocky. Make it about the good stuff. Like, you've learned a lot about people this year. You've learned about who you can trust, which is mainly you. Now, that doesn't mean you don't give people the benefit of the doubt, but I'm talking about the people in your life already. You know who they are. They're not questionable. You know who they are. When you went through your lowest point, you saw who they was. Don't question it. But when it comes to new people, give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't tar new people with the past people's brushes, because the new people, the new chapters in the book. Okay? So I think it's time to close the chapter. It's time to deal with your enemies differently and the devil differently. Sorry, that piece of hair is fucking annoying me. It's time to deal with the devil differently. Some of you have been scared of what your enemies are going to do next, of what's going to happen next, the bad energy. You've been fighting your own demons. You're worried about your own reactions to certain people because there's been times you've wanted to fucking kill them this year. Okay? But it's time to dominate. And it's time to get back to enjoying the good stuff in life, and the good people and the good food, and trying new hobbies and all this type of stuff. 10 of Cups. Getting around people who just support you. This is bliss. Now, some of you are obviously dealing with somebody who's, I think he's married or he's committed to somebody else. So this is what it's about, Gemini. You wonder why you are where you are, your choices. If you keep choosing fuckboys, they're not going to commit and marry you. If you keep choosing people who are low frequency, low class, bad character, what do you expect to get? So I think, give me Gemini's energy this week, please. Give me Gemini's energy this week. 3 of Swords. So some of you, you're in something that's hurting you. I'm also getting bad health, mental conflict, a lot of stress. Some of you, the people around you are bad for your energy, they're bad for your health. It's time to get out of a country, an environment, a city. It's toxic. You know, stop fighting the toxic, pack a bag and get the fuck away from it. Stop allowing yourself to be in some multiple party situation with some guy who's just going to keep you hanging while he's dealing with you, someone else, and then looking for whatever else he can meet. I don't understand with this piece of hair. Some of you might be a bit vain now. Like, I'm not even trying to be vain in this. I just want to be presentable. But some of you might be overly worried. You're overly consumed by what you look like. Okay? So some of you need to worry less about that and be more authentic. Some of you are dealing with a masculine, 4 of Swords, who's just wounded. He needs to heal. Okay, I want to get to this relationship. So you've got the gist. This is a week where some of you, it's time to start building the future. It's time to turn your back on communities and people who you already know. There's nothing else to think about. They've shown who they are. Okay? Some of you are around very unhinged. These are people who play mind games. They're nasty. They lack character. Get away from them. The divine has got something better for you. Okay, stop focusing on what was done to you. Stop focusing on missed opportunities. Rejection is protection. It's time to close the chapter. It's time to come to maturity. Some of you are still living in your childhood. It's time to come to maturity and start living in the now. It's time to own your life. No matter what's been done to you, no matter who's turned the back, no matter who's betrayed you, no matter what your childhood was, it's time to build a new story. Some of you are living in exes. This is kind of, he was a narcissist. Yeah, okay, we know. Next guy then. Oh yeah, but these people, and yeah, we know. Next. Honestly, the Geminis who really listen to this guidance, watch what happens for you. The divine is telling you that if you close the story, if you let it go, that's what they're saying. Unless you absolutely have to fight certain people, let it go. Stop feeding the toxic in yourself and with other people. Some of you Geminis, you just want peace. You just want to do what you love. You want to love someone with your whole heart. You want to be around people you can trust, who you don't have to question. And the old chapter, or this current reality you're living in and these current people, they're not going to give you it. Okay, I think for Geminis this week, it's time to rely on yourself this week. Unless people have shown that you can rely on them. Don't have expectations. Have your own back this week. Don't have expectations of anyone unless people have shown you that they're truly there for you in a pinch and that they really care about you. Don't. It's a week of you. You get up and do the work. You get up and manifest. You reach out to the coaches. Some of you are just not paying attention to the red flags. Strong Sagittarius energy here. You're not judging yourself properly. You're not judging people around you correctly. You're blocking your energy. You're creating your own unhappiness. But some of you, can you see the Saturn on the Gemini? It's time to remove restriction from your life. The Magician coming up is about it's time to stop restricting yourself because you're worried about how people are going to react to you coming to your power. And I can feel it in this read. You've got a lot of root and sacral and stress and anxiety, some of yous. But some of yous, it's because maybe your career's really successful, but you've not got intimacy. You've not got connection. You need touch. You need to heal. You need to meditate. Some of yous are too on the go. You're kind of burnt out. And it's creating a lot of stress. You're not listening to the signals that your body is sending you. So some of you, like I said, it's time to balance yourselves out. But some of you, it's around closing the chapter on the past. I'm getting true love. I'm getting what's mine. I'm no longer hiding. I'm no longer fearful. I'm getting what's mine. I think a message is to listen to yourself. Some of you have got your guardian angels or your archangels trying to call out to you, but with it reversed, you're not listening. You're blocking your own energy, your own power. Some of you, your energy is depleted because the kind of environments and people you're around. These people are very toxic people. And you really don't like them. But you can either stay in these environments, you can fight these toxic people. What you fight consumes you, okay? Or you can say, I'm out. So you've got to know what to fight and what to concede. And the divine has got your back. Queen of Swords. You're not reversed. You're upright. They're saying, Gemini, you're worthy. See the way she's wearing purple? Royalty. They're saying it's time. The Queen of Swords is also someone who just sees right through people. And you don't need to give them a big talking to. You can see what people are. You can see what situations are. And I also would let them think they won. But they're saying it's time to move forward. Focus on you, especially the Gemini woman. Okay? You don't want women around you who you've got to compete with. You want women around you who support you. You want women around you who are community orientated. They've got the same mission. They've got the same heart. They've got the same, they're them, you're you. So, but I'm telling you, Gemini, this can be the week where you really go for it. And I feel like the Queen of Swords is also someone who knows who to be open to and she knows who to kind of stay away from. That's a big message. But it's a week of opening a new chapter, becoming inspired, taking your lessons and seeing them as blessings for the future you want to create. And I think it's time to stop with all the sabotage because you want to build community, you want to build love. So you need to open up a bit. Some of you are too closed off. And it's like, how are you going to build connection and community if you're just always in your head and paranoid and looking for the next thing a person's going to do? Queen of Wands. I feel like some of you have got a bunch of smack talkers, but you just don't care, okay? But I think for Geminis, it's time to think about what you want to achieve in 2025. I'm also getting love that's coming in as well. But it's only for the Geminis who just cut the shit with fuckboys and men who are committed or men who aren't, men who don't show investment or interest, no. If he wants multiple women, if he wants this woman, then so be it. Some of you, someone rejected you, Gemini, but they're saying that it was protection, not rejection, and in time you're going to see that. But I get for Geminis this week, especially the Gemini women, you need to work on you. the best investment you will make is working on you. Healing your emotions, healing your resentment, whatever it is. Your body, your money, if it's love that you want. You know, looking at why you continue to bring these kind of masculines in. Because I'm getting that you're ready, Gemini. You're foggy, you're tired, you're disorientated. Some of you are all over the place. You need to write your goals down. Now, if you book a personal, I'll be able to look at your personal situation. But the message for this week is you can either stay in what you're in, which is anxiety-ridden, toxic mind games. Some of you are competing for this fuckboy or these low-class men who've got multiple women. It's not what you want. Why do you keep going in the direction of what you don't want? It's time to turn the fucking card around and go in the direction of what you want. That's a big message for Geminis. Half of what you're doing, the way you're feeling, the people you're around, you don't want it. But you're not being honest with yourself. You're not getting yourself together. Right? To me, you've got a lot of paranoia, a lot of fear because you're being betrayed a lot. It's like, okay, let's confront it then, so we can heal it and move on. The High Priestess. This is going to a tarot reader. It's going to a healer, and the Star Healer. It's connecting with people who can help you to heal, elevate. Some of you want to be stars. Some of you are stars. That's why they're attacking you. So let them watch. Bitch, you're a fan. Okay? But don't even get into all that. Just like do you. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever is, do you. That's what they're saying. It's yours. Don't let them take what's yours, Gemini. Okay? But it's time to be honest about what's really yours and what you're just fighting for out of ego. You know that guy's not for you. You know that girl's not for you. You know these people aren't your people. Okay? Either do something about your enemies or let it go. Stop it. Okay? Time to get back to our gangster. What the fuck have we been doing? Does anyone know? Me neither. If you want to book in a personal, it's in the description below. Watch your other signs. Like the video. Comment. This was just an off the cuff. I thought I'd throw another readout. Join the community. Have a great week. And if you listen to me, I'm telling you, stuff is going to start to change. But you got to be bigger than your ego and your fears and trust in God. Because he's got your back.